Okay guys, we have finished with one of the major topic called as the matrix. Now let us move to the next, that is the fourth chapter, which is nothing but determinants. So since till now we have came across the matrix, that is nothing but a rectangular arrangement of this, like this number, like if I call okay, now this is a matrix. We have came across like this rectangular arrangement of some of the numbers or some of the elements. So here we used to get a matrix where we used to see a arrangement of certain numbers, but here we are not going to get any particular value for this matrix. So here determinant is nothing but which is associated with the square. Determinants, it is nothing but associated with the square matrix. Not only matrix, in the matrix it is associated with the square matrix. So by getting some, if determinants, it is usually denoted with the two parallel lines and the elements are written in between those parallel lines, and we call it as a representation of a determinant. So it is associated with the square matrix, and this here matrix is not going to give us any value or any particular value here, but upon doing some operations or arrangement we are associated with one number which might be a real or complex number. Okay, so and determinant, it is represented by like this, or determinant of A or delta. But we have already came across representing like this number where we generally used to call as a modulus of A usually in the representation of a function, but we call it as determinant of A when A is a matrix. Understand it properly. If I write like this, we are going to call it as determinant of A when A is the matrix. Suppose if A is not a matrix, we will call it as a modulus of A. So a general way of defining matrix, you can see, if I consider this one has a set which is consisting of, I will call this set as M, which consisting of all square matrix. Okay, this is consisting of all square matrix, and I call another set which is called as K, which consisting of numbers which might be a real number or complex number. So let F be a function from the set of square numbers to a set of real numbers, such that F of M, where M is any square matrix, M belongs to M. M belongs to M implies what? M is any square matrix in this set. So F of M will give us some any constant or any number K, where K belongs to K, where this K might be a real number or it might be a complex number. So determinants, it is nothing but it is a function computed on the square matrix. So after applying the function determinant on the square matrix, we are going to get some numbers. So that number, associated with the number, so that substitution is called as a determinant. So this is regarding the definition. A function which is defined from a set of square matrix to a set of numbers which is consisting of real number or complex number, which is nothing but F of M is equal to K, where M belongs to a set of matrix or K belongs to a set of numbers, and we represent this one is called as a determinant of M or determinant. It is represented by either by determinant of M, that is determinant of M, or as I said like this M. I'll take this M or delta. So these are the three ways of representing the determinant of a matrix. So this is a basic introduction regarding the determinants. So please note down in this introduction part itself, the thing is that first thing, the determinant or the value, what we are saying, it is associated with number. I will tell you how we are going to get this number followed by this introduction part. So whatever this number we are going to get, the determinant, it is computed only for the square matrix. For rectangular matrix it is not possible to get a value. So keep in the mind that even determinant is the function is applied on the set of square matrix. So as I said in the earlier itself, our square matrix, it is a king of this matrix as well as the determinant. So in the determinants, if we are talking any determinants, means find the determinant of this matrix. If I say like this, means that matrix must be the square matrix only. So in this chapter we are going to find the determinant of a matrix of order 1, 2 and 3. Beyond this we are not studying here. So in this chapter we are limited ourselves for order 1, order 2 and order 3. Let us find the determinant of order 1. Order 1, what does it imply? It has one row and one column. So the matrix, it is of the form like this, which is of order 1 cross 1. So determinant of this matrix is represented by like this. It is nothing but our what is the value which is inside this matrix 1 cross 1, that itself. For example, if I take a matrix A is equal to 2, which is of order 1 cross 1, then the determinant of that matrix is equal to 2 itself. Now determinant of, how do you find the determinant of order 2 means, I will consider a matrix A that is of the form A, B, C, D. You can see here the order of this matrix is 2 cross 2, and we will find the determinant of A, which is very easier manner, just cross multiplying like this. First I will multiply AD, that is A and D. After that minus BC. AD minus BC is nothing but a determinant value of a matrix of order 2. For example, I will consider matrix A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, this is a matrix, not determinant, and I asked to find the value of a matrix A. So matrix A, it is nothing but representation is like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the value is nothing but cross multiplying 1 into 4, it is 4 minus 3 2s are 6, which is equal to minus 2. So the determinant value is equal to minus 2. So you can see clearly that the value of determinant, it can be negative. Don't think or don't put yourself in your mind that it is a modulus, so it should be equal to plus 2. It's not at all possible. It is not a modulus, it is a determinant, because A is a matrix. So don't think all these things in the confusing manner. So this is how we are computing for the matrix of order 2. If I consider another example, let A be a matrix of x plus 1, x minus 1, x, and they have asked us to find the value of my determinant value of that matrix, means I will write it first in the determinant form. After writing it, since it is of order 2 cross 2, I will do cross multiplication. First cross multiplication is this one, that is x square minus, after that I need to multiply this one, that is x plus 1 into x minus 1. So this is nothing but x square minus, it is in the form of a plus b into a minus b, that is nothing but a square minus b square. Now I multiply that minus sign inside, minus x square plus 1, x square minus x square get cancels 1. Therefore value of the determinant value of the matrix A is equal to 1. This is how we are solving a matrix of order 3. Now let us proceed with how we find the determinant value of matrix of order 3. First let us consider a matrix A of order 3. I will write it in the standard notation form so that you will not get any confusion here, like A11, A12, A13, A21, A31, A32, A33. So now this is a matrix A of order 3 cross 3. Here now I need to expand. As I expanded all the determinant, if I consider a matrix of order 2, I represented in the matrix determinant notation and expanded. Now there is one step how to expand a matrix of order 3 to get a determinant value. Representing it in the determinant is nothing but in we are representing the element of this matrix between these two parallel lines. So now I am expanding. I will call this itself as a determinant A and put it as a parallel lines. When I am using determinants, no need of writing the order. Okay. So first I will expand it along. This one is row 1, which we already know. Row 2, row 3, column 1, column 2, column 3. So now I am expanding this one along the row 1. While I am expanding it one along the row 1, the determinant value A of a matrix A is equal to, first I will write determinant expanding along the row 1. So there are 3 elements. I will consider first element A11 minus 1 to the power subscript of this matrix, subscript of this element of the this is in the first place, so first row, first column, so that is nothing but indices, so I am representing it as minus 1 to the power 1 plus 1. After that I will neglect or delete the row which is containing A11, delete the row as well as the column. After deleting this row and this column, I will get the 4 elements. I represent it in the matrix like this: A22, A23, A32 and A33. Okay. Now similarly, what I have did for the first element of a row 1, I will do the same procedure for the second element of the row 1. Plus A12 minus 1 again to the power. What we are using to the power here, it is nothing but the subscript of this one element. So we are considering the second element of the row 1 and column 2. That is nothing but the position of this element is nothing but 1 plus 2. It is in the first row, second column. That's what I am writing, minus 1 to the power 1 plus 2. After that I am deleting the row which is containing that element and deleting the column containing that element. After deleting this row and this column, the remaining are these 4 elements. I am taking the determinant value of those 4 elements, that is A21, A23, A31, A33. Similarly for the third element of the first row. What is that third element? A13. So minus 1 to the power subscript of the element, what is here, it is in the first row, third column, that is first row, third column. I am taking, summing up that value. After that I am deleting the row containing that element and column containing that element. After deleting this row and this column, I am going to get the 4 elements, taking the determinant value of those 4 elements, that is A21, A22, A31, A32. Now we are going to solve this equation and going to get the determinant value of the matrix A. So minus 1 to the power 1 plus 1, it is even. So minus 1 to the power even number is positive number, it is itself A11. Determinant value, this is a determinant, finding the determinant of order 2, which is already known for us, which is very easier. Using that itself, A22 into A33 minus A23 into A32. Again here minus 1 to the power 1 plus 2, it is a odd number here, so minus 1 to the power odd number is always minus. So A minus A12, determinant value of this one, multiplying this one, A21 into A33 minus A23 into A31. Next, minus 1 to the power 1 plus 3. 1 plus 3 is nothing but 4. Minus 1 to the power even number is always positive. So, plus A13, determinant value of this one, it is nothing but A21 into A32 minus A22 into A31. After solving this one, we are going to get one number. It is nothing but the determinant value of a matrix of order 3 cross 3. This is how we are expanding along. Here the first thing I expanded along the row 1. You can expand to get a determinant value. You can expand along the any 3 among these 3 rows. you can expand either through row 1 or row 2 or row 3 or column 1 or column 2 or column 3. You are going to get the same value, same determinant value for a given matrix. Okay. So there is you can check by taking one of the random example. You can check once by expanding it along the row 1 and another time expanding it along the row 2. But keep one thing in the mind, the notation what you are going here. So you are representing -1 to the power, what position the element is lying, that one you are using here as a subscript. Suppose if you are expanding along the column 1 means here -1 to the power, the first element is lying in the first row, first column, 1 plus 1. Next time you are writing here -1 to the power, the element is lying in the second row, first column, 2 plus 1. So here while writing here, the element is lying in the third row, first column. So -1 to the power 3 plus 1. In this manner we are expanding the element. For your example purpose, I will consider here one of the example. I will consider a matrix A which is of equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 7, 3, 1, -1. I need to find the determinant value of this matrix. So first thing, I am asking for yourself which row or which column you are going to choose. The one of the best way, the major thing or the major role of choosing the row or column to expand this matrix of order 3 is the row or column which is consisting of highest 0. If I choose a row or column which is consisting of highest 0 means our computation level will decreases and we are going to get the easily we are going to get the value of the determinant. So we need to choose a row or a column to expand the determinant which is consisting of more number of zeros. So here you can see here which row I can choose. I can choose either row 2 or column C2. So I am expanding it along the row 2. While expanding it along the row 2, again first one -1 to the power, it is lying in the second row, first column. So 2 plus 1, 4. Expanding, I am deleting this row and this column which is consisting of 4. Remaining element is 2, 3, 1, -1. Again plus 0, whatever might be the thing, anything multiplied with the 0 is 0. So next again -1 to the power, it is lying in the second row, third column. So 2 plus 3, 7. Determinant value, how we are getting, deleting the row consisting of 7 and column consisting of 7. The remaining element is 1, 2, 3, 1. Now I will substitute this value. -1 to the power, 2 plus 1, it is 3. So minus will remain as it is, -4. Determinant value is 2 minus 1, it is -2, minus 3 ones are 3 plus 0. Here -1 to the power, 3 plus 2 it is 5. Again minus comes, -7. Determinant value 1 into 1, 1, minus 3 2s are 6. Now I am going to solve this one. -4 into, it is -5, -7 into minus, here also 1 minus 5, -6 is -5. So it is nothing but plus 20 plus 35, it is nothing but 55. So determinant value of matrix or determinant of this matrix A is nothing but 55. This is how we got the value of this determinant of order 3. You can also check by the determinant value of A by expanding it along the column 2. You can do it by yourself. Suppose if I put even here also 0 means there is no other choice that I need to choose whether I need to choose R2 or R1. I am directly going by choosing the column C2, expanding it along the C2, because this column is consisting of 2 zeros, so I will expand it along the C2. Then the determinant value becomes -1 to the power, it is in the first row, second column. So 1 plus 2, 2, and after deleting the row and column consisting of 2, the remaining element is 4, 7, 3, -1. rest other are 0 because there are 2 zeros, and getting the value of it, -2, -4, -21, it becomes -2. Here this inside becomes -25, and -25 into -2 becomes 50. So determinant value of that matrix, when it is having 2 zeros, the determinant value is 50. So this is how we are going to find the matrix, find the determinant value of a given matrix. And the major thing depending here is the row or a column what we are choosing, it should consisting of maximum number of zeros. Suppose there is no zero, means you can go with any row or any column as per your convenience. So in the matrix, that too in the square matrix, we have came across one of the property, or I can call it as a property, that is nothing but if matrix A is equal to K times matrix B, means here we are multiplying this K, where A and B are square matrix, of order n. Then if we are multiplying this K to the matrix B, means then K is multiplied to each and every element of the matrix B. This is what we have learnt in the matrix, that is a scalar multiplication, or scalar when it is multiplied to a matrix. I think this one we have learnt in the matrix. So if A is equal to K times matrix B, where A and B are the matrix, then determinant of A is equal to K power n times the determinant value of B, but it is not equal to matrix A into K times matrix B. So don't get confused with the concept of matrix and the determinants. In the matrix, if A is equal to K times matrix B, does not implies determinant of A is equal to K times determinant of B. It is wrong here. That matrix A is equal to K to the power n times matrix B, where here n stands for the order of the matrix. For example, if I am considering a matrix A which is equal to, matrix A is equal to 2, 2, 4, 0, and matrix B is equal to 1, 1, 2, 0. Clearly A and B are the square matrix of order 2. So here the order of matrix A and B, it is 2. Now let us find the determinant value of A here. How we are going to find the determinant value? Cross multiply 2 into 0, 0, minus 4 2s are 8. So value of determinant A is minus 8. And determinant value of B, it is nothing but 1 into 0, 0, minus 2 into 1, minus 2. Value of determinant B is equal to minus 2. So if I am writing determinant A, which is equal to minus 2, this one is equal to, if I write here minus 2, there is some certain times is equal to, if you multiply, we are going to get minus 8. That is nothing but 4. So I can express this 4 as 2 to the power 2 into minus 2 is equal to minus 8, where this 2 is nothing but a scalar, which you can even see here itself. A is equal to 2 times the matrix B. You can see the relation here itself. So it is a scalar which is here multiplied 2, and this 2 is nothing but order of the matrix A and B, order of the matrix A and B. So minus 8 is equal to 2 to the power of 2 into minus 2, where this one is scalar and this one is the order. So it is clear that when matrix A is equal to K times matrix B, then the determinant of matrix A is equal to K to the power n times the determinant value of matrix B, where K is a scalar and n is the order of the matrix. It is a general representation which you must be known, and keep this property in your mind, which might help for you people while solving some of the MCQ questions for JEE or CET. So here they are asked you to find the determinant value of this one. So how we are going to find? You can just check once which row or column it is consisting of highest to 0. You can see clearly that if I consider any row or any column, it is having only 1 0, so I can go with any row or column. So for my convenience, I am expanding it along. I am expanding this one along the row R1. So row R1, that implies first itself it is a 0. Then next minus 1 to the power, what is it becomes? First row, second column, sin alpha. Determinant value, I am not writing again determinant. Now you can build yourself from step by step. In the initial practice, start finding the determinant value, practice by this one. By step with the continuous practice, instead of writing like this, writing this one, directly go to this step. It is very convenient because by looking yourself you can improve your voice. But this comes only with the practice. If you just write it once, you are not going to do properly without practice. So practice is very important for solving the determinant. So here minus 1 to the power 1 plus 2 sin alpha. Now I am deleting the row containing sin alpha and column. Remaining is these 4 elements. Minus sin alpha into 0, it is 0. Minus 0 minus, what is the remaining? It is sin beta into cos alpha. Again plus minus 1 to the power cos alpha, it is lying in the first row, third column. So 1 plus 3 minus cos alpha into, removing the deleting the row and column containing minus cos alpha, multiplying this one, minus sin alpha minus sin beta becomes plus sin alpha into sin beta. Cos alpha into 0, it becomes 0. Now I will compute this one. Minus 1 to the power 1 plus 2, it is nothing but minus sin alpha. This one is 0 itself. Minus sin alpha minus sin beta into cos alpha plus minus 1 to the power even number, it becomes plus itself. So here there is a minus, so plus into minus, minus cos alpha into sin alpha into sin beta. Now I will multiply minus 0, so there is nothing changes. So after adding minus into minus plus sin alpha sin beta cos alpha minus cos alpha sin beta. You can see clearly cos alpha sin beta, sin alpha, it get cancels, which is equal to 0. So the determinant value of this one is nothing but is equal to 0. So this part, that minus 1 part, you can go with one of the easiest trick which I have followed while when I used to do the determinant problem. That is nothing but 3 cross 3 matrix means we are having 9 places here. So along the diagonals, that is this place and this place, all these diagonal places we are having plus sign. You can see here, when I am computing here, this one becomes plus. When I am taking here sin alpha, this one is minus. When I am taking cos alpha, again this one is plus. You can go check for anything. So when it comes to diagonal places, the value of minus 1 to the power index, it becomes plus, and rest all the place it becomes minus. So this is how you can keep in your mind this sign notation, that is minus 1 to the power, where you are used to write number like 1 to the subscript, which is nothing but place or the position of these elements. That is nothing but the sign, it goes along like this. Along the diagonals you will always get a positive, rest of the place you are going to get a negative. Now they have given like this and asked you to find x. So suppose in the examination, if this type of question arises, means first thing what you have to observe is that whether it is a matrix or a determinant. Suppose it is a matrix, by looking into equality you will just compute the corresponding elements. You just compare the corresponding elements and write the value of x. Suppose it is a determinant, then you are, by looking into equality, you are not comparing the corresponding elements. You are solving the determinant value, because determinant is nothing but it is giving some real numbers or a complex number. So first let us compute the LHS. Let us find what is the determinant value of this LHS. So it is nothing but 3 minus x square which is equal to, here let us compute the RHS because equality as they only given, so I am followed with that one. 3 1s are 3 minus 4 2s are 8, so 3 minus x square is equal to 3 minus 8, 3 get cancels, value of x square is equal to 8. I can write x is equal to plus or minus 2 root 2 because 8 can be written as square root of 4 into 2. 4 is nothing but, square root of 4 is nothing but 2, so 2 root 2. This is how it comes, square root plus or minus 2 root of 2. This is how we got the value of x, and this is how we are solving the getting the value of x when the two determinants are said to be equal. So here is one of the question. They have given the matrix A, not determinant, it is a matrix. They have given a matrix A and asked us to show this one. So first thing, they have given A, let us find the determinant value of matrix A. So determinant value of matrix A means we need to expand it along either one of the row or one of the column. First thing, your option is through which row or which column you are expanding. So one thing, which row or column consisting of maximum number of zeros. So you can observe here that column 1 consisting of 2 zeros and row 3 consisting of 2 zeros. So I will go with the column, expanding it along the column 1. So column 1, so first element, it is along the diagonal element, so element is plus itself, plus 1 into, I am neglecting the row containing of 1 and column consisting of 1. After neglecting that one, the remaining element is these 4, so it is nothing but 1 into 4 4 minus 2 into 0 0, so determinant value of A is 4. So I got the determinant value of A. Okay, I will call it as equation 1. LHS. To solve LHS, we need to find what is the value of 3A. 3A is nothing but we are multiplying 3 to the matrix A. After multiplying 3 is multiplied to each and every element. 3 0 3 0 3, 3 2s are 6, 0 0, 4 3s are 12. So this is the value of a matrix 3A. What was the LHS? We need to find the determinant value of this 3A. So determinant value of this matrix, again the thing is which row or through which column you are expanding. Again I am going with the column C1 itself because it is consisting of 2 zeros here. So 3, neglecting this row and column, the remaining element 12 into 3, 12 into 3 minus 6 into 0, it is 0. So 12 3s are 36 into 3, after multiplying 8, 6 3s are 18, 1 carry, 3 is 9, 108. So this is how we are going to get the determinant value of a matrix 3A. So this is our LHS. What is our RHS? 27 into determinant value of matrix A. We have find the value of matrix A. 27 into what is the value of matrix, determinant value of A? It is 4. It is from 1. So 24 into 7. 7 4s are 28. 2 carry. 4 2s are 8 plus 2 10. 108. So you can see clearly that LHS is equal to RHS. Therefore, determinant value 3A is equal to 27 times determinant value of A. So this is how we are going to prove the thing. So this is regarding this one of the question. Now if I go with the exercise question, the first part or the introduction, what I did, this exercise is damn easy in your determinant chapter. So the first question, here you need to evaluate the determinant. Again, of order 2, it is very easy. Here also you are evaluating the determinant value. Since it is of order 2, just a cross multiplying. So this is very easy. Here order 2, the same process what I have did for 3 cross 3 matrix, you are doing it for 2 cross 2 matrix. They have given a matrix A, find the determinant value of this matrix A. After that, find a matrix 2A. After getting the matrix 2A, find the determinant value of that matrix 2A, that is the LHS value. After that, multiply 4 to the determinant value of A, then compare LHS and RHS. If the values are same, then we have proved it. Now this problem I have just solved right now. Here you need to evaluate the determinant value for 3 cross 3 matrix. So the first thing, you need to choose through which column or which row you are expanding here. You can see here along the row 2 you are having 2 zeros, so it is easy to get the determinant value if you expand this matrix along the row 2. When it comes here, there is no zero at all, so you can choose any row or column to multiply this one. So it is left for your convenience which row or which column you are choosing. And here again you need to find the determinant value. Since each row and column consisting of only 1 zeros, you can choose any row. For my convenience, most of the time I will choose the first row itself. Here also you can go with any row or any column. So it's better if you go with either column C1 or row R3 because it is having zeros. Here there is no zeros, you just need to find the determinant value of a matrix A. So you can expand it along any of the row or column. Here again comes with finding the value of X. Since the equality, find the determinant value which is lying to the LHS as well as RHS. After that, find the value of X, which one type of this question I have already solved. You can do it by yourself. Here also solving that and getting the value. So you are going to get the value of X. This is regarding the exercise questions of determinant 4.1 part. If you have any doubts with the exercise questions, you can ask at any time. That's all regarding the introduction of determinants.